Okay, so 149 starts off with remember 148 we had 14 shots and we're like, what is going on? As you can see, she's in handcuffs, the police got her. So 149 starts with her holding the gun and basically Miriam and Kenan are still alive. 14 shots rang out, they're still alive. Everybody on the street is still passing out. Bomb. She gets taken downstairs and you have this scene. And you're like, what's going on? So the show cuts to this point where you see this man. He's like, okay, Harika, my last favor for you is that I didn't want you to be a murderer, so I gave you some blanks and a gun. This is my last favor. This is goodbye. And she's looking like, you sucker. Like I want to take them out. So we have Orhum and Hera. They're still at the cabin with the old man who passed out. They found, and they're having moments, and he's talking about how he misses his wife and good qualities of a wife. And Orham's like, yeah, I know I got the best wife, and yada yada yada. They're happy. So of course, like a typical wannabe alpha man, you have Rashid going, oh yeah, if I was up there, I could have solved it in 5 minutes. And shout out to the real hero of the game, always coming through, the hero. Yes, I don't like how they use her as comic effect sometimes, because she's usually the hero in the scene. Like, she's like, man, shut up. Like, let's be realistic, okay? Let's just be happy. Thank God that it worked out great. Just be quiet, okay? God. And then he starts berating his wife, and she's like, she has high blood pressure. Of course she passed out. Her daughter was held at gunpoint. Like, what do you expect the girl lady to do? Shut up and just go home. And of course, he can't handle that because, yes, a woman talking back to him, how dare she talks back to me? I am the head of the household, even though I'm a drunk, didn't do nothing, and earn nothing, and eats all the food. But okay, whatever. I digress. So then they go back to their separate houses, Kenan and Miriam, to be with their family because they almost died and console them. All right, so this rat, Etta, was about to leave. We last saw Nurshaw hit her head on a rock and she was passed on the street. And Etta was about to leave there. But then she remembered, like, okay, she's my childhood best friend. And also, I'm in love with her brother. Let me call, and I live in her house. Let me call the cops and be decent. So I thought, some amnesia, there's going to start some amnesia finna go on. No, I was wrong. Your homegirl, Nurshaw, remember everything. And she walked straight home. Like, she was on a Nurshaw is on a mission. Her brother isn't there. She has to tell somebody. She tells her mother. She says, hey, Mom, I know who's in charge of the tablet issue. It was Etta. And her mom was like, okay, did she lie? And then she was like, no, but she did that. And then she was like, well, she didn't lie, so what's the point? And she's like, that's not the point right now. Don't tell your brother. We have other stuff. We have important guests. We'll say this for later. This girl right here should play the lotto. She should forget about Orhum and play the lotto. She is the giver of second chances. Not the giver. She's like the epitome of second chances. No matter what she does, she always gets away. She's literally caught, and then Afifa is like, forget about it. We have a guest. Forget about it. And she covers up and makes Nurshaw not tell Orhum. She gets away. She gets away with it again. Literally caught and still gets away with it. So of course, Miriam is consoling her family. They're basically, instead of consoling Miriam, they're consoling the mom, who once again had a high blood pressure spike and passed out because her daughter was held at gunpoint. And then they're all reuniting, best friend, the sister, the daughter, the mom, and Miriam. On the other side of town, Kenan is doing the same thing with his sister because once again, she broke through the cop line twice. She was going to get her brother. And so Shevin and Kenan is consoling Volsat, and they're just happy to be together because once again, they was held at gunpoint. So here when Orham get home, from their long hike and dealing with that old man and being out in the woods for 2 days. And of course, they're tired. They change, take a bath, get dressed for normal day stuff. And then Afife comes to the room and gives them some news. She says, hey, by the way, your uncle, the general, is going to come. And Afife, she thinks she did that. Like, she is happy because this man is a traditionalist. Of course, he's a noblest just like her. I mean, he's her brother, so they both have that royal noble blood. And your uncle's going to come here, and he's going to set you straight, Orham. Like, that's the attitude he's giving. And then she was like, by the way, you should stay back because you're not wanted anyway. And then Hero's like, oh, crap, what happened? And you could tell this is big deals because, once again, BDE, Big Daddy Orham, he's scared. Like, everybody in the house is shook over this man. So meanwhile, Peihan goes to North Shah room and she's trying to do damage control. She's like, hey, Etta's sorry. She's crazy. You know she loves your brother and she's sorry. Please forgive her. Please, please, North Shah, please forgive her. Your mom said let it go. Just let it go, baby. Please, 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 please. Like, this is where Etta get her whole crocodile tales because she learned it from her mom. I finally learned his name. Her name is Peihan. And then she's like, Aunt Peihan, I can't. She crossed the line. When you hurt my blood, you hurt my blood. So then here goes to Nurshaw as well. Nurshaw is having a day, y'all. She is having a day in this episode. So Nurshaw, she goes to Nurshaw, and Nurshaw's like, yeah, you should stay back because my uncle, he's a piece of work, and he's definitely a traditionalist. He's definitely not a feminist. He's definitely conservative. He's definitely all those words. And maybe you should hide out in the room. Like, give Orham some peace. Orham will take care of it. Orham will take care of it. Don't worry, here. Orham will take care of it. So then Hera goes back to her room after Nurshaw is basically saying, you screwed, girl. And then Afife gonna rub some salt in the room in the hallway and say, yeah, stay away, trash. We don't want you at the table. You're not good enough. Let Orhum, you don't want to be an embarrassment to Orhum. Just stay in the room. Like, even the downstairs staff is shook. This girl cannot even pour his tea that he loves to have correctly. Like, she's like shaking, can't pour the tea straight. Her mama's like, girl, calm down. It's going to be okay. You know, I've served him for years. Just make sure you're in order and you'll be fine. If you do your job, you're straight. Just chill out. So even Mr. Butler dude is like, everybody's upset. Of course, Musa, he's scared. You should see the other side, the other girls, Peyhan, Eda, and Nurshar, they're scared. They all look timid. Only person smiling in this whole living room is Afife. The uncle, there he goes. He's all stoic and he's just sitting. See? Look at their faces. Look at Musa and look at the dude. He's like, yeah, we screwed. Oh my God, why is he here? I don't like him. And you know what? He gives me like, I can't have you, but we should have ran off when we was like 20. But I'm gonna serve you because I want to love you and I want the best for you. And like those, like, the kind of the stories where the I don't know if you watch Magnificent Century, but Nurbano had a male servant and he literally volunteered to get castrated so he can work in the harem to be close to him because he loved her. And that's what he's giving right there, the white dude. That's what he's giving. And Musa's like, oh shoot, he's gonna tear my sister to shreds. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And this is the general. This is the Pasha. Pasha means general. And he's also a noble blood. And so this is the uncle. This is Orhum's father figure. This is the dude that everyone's scared of. And yes, he's giving college professor scary. Like, I'm telling you, everybody is terrified of this man. Look at Etta, look. Like, you're so beautiful, but you're so miserable looking. And look at Nurshaw, she's scared. Everybody is scared of the house. Okay, on the other side of happiness, on the other side of Istanbul, Kenan was like, Miriam, can we meet at our park? And then they have a moment, and then he was like, you know what? We almost got shot, and then I know our love is strong. Let's move at the wedding. I tried to wait till after your graduation, but I don't want to spend another moment of my life not married to you. And she was like, bet, babe, you jump, I jump. And if a man look at me like that and hold my face and tell me that, I mean, we jumping together. Where you want to jump? Let's go. Like, we jumping in some, I don't know, we gonna jump. And so they're like, well, how we gonna get the wedding? And she's like, well, we gonna get it done. We can get it done. Look at the love in her eyes. Look how he looks at her. Okay, so back at the Demerhan mansion, Orhun finally shows up. He comes down for dinner. He's like that song with Johnny Cash, the man dressed in black. He has his dressed in black look and he's gonna face it. He tells Hera, he's like, yeah, maybe you should stay. Everybody has told Hera the same thing. Maybe you should stay, maybe you should stay. So he goes down the steps by himself and then he pauses on the step because he hears, and it's Hera. And he's looking like her with the most love he ever had in his life for this woman. He looks at her and he was like, what happened? He's like, well, I didn't want you to go alone. I didn't want you to walk down alone. And he's so in love with this woman. Like, even though everybody's saying the same thing, she is not scared. I'm standing by your side. Just look at the love. You could touch that love. And she was like, well, I don't know, but I'm going to ride with you.